It's a lot going on. Hold on. Hold on, Jesus. Hold on. Oh my God today. Oh my God today. Whoa, hey. Oh my God. Can y'all see me now? Oh, I can't. What's going on? Close. Oh, hi. Hi, me. Hi, me. Hi, me. Moderation activity is low. All right, just let me know if you guys can. Oh, I don't need to be. I don't mean to be that loud. I'm sorry. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Can you guys hear me? Oh God, this is a lot. It's a lot going on here. I tried to set up some lo-fi today. Long time subscriber, but first time catching a live. Hey, Woogie man. Okay, you can see me, honey, and you can hear me. This is good. This is all good news. Hi. Yes, I'm coming to you in my actual Sunday's best. So I do post a lot of videos on Sundays. Um, but you never actually see what I actually give on Sundays. Sundays are recharge days for me. They're self-care days. And so I was like, if I'm gonna go live with the children on a Sunday, girl, they're gonna get the real me. You're gonna see the real me. So, oh my God, hi, 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 hi. All right. So, shout out to y'all for catching this live. This live may or may not stay up. It depends on how messy I get. Yeah, go put on a mask. Do you have your wine glasses? Where's my wine glass? Wine, where are you? I see the bottle, but I can't go for the bottle. That's crazy. Where's my wine glass? Is it in front of me? Stay with it, honey. It's gonna be a long night. Okay, Billie Holiday. Oh my God. Wow. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I don't want to do too much. How messy will we get? Um, you know, we'll see. We'll see how far the organic red wine takes me. Amen. 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 And amen again. Oh my God, I'm so excited. This is only my second ever live because the last time I went live, we had some connectivity issues. I tried to rework it. Going live is a lot more difficult than the children thing, okay? Um, but we're gonna keep working at it and we're gonna keep doing it until we get better. So what I was gonna say is firstly, hey old girl, homeboy, and homies. Welcome and or welcome back. Well, actually just welcome to today's live, okay? So I know a lot of y'all have pulled up here for Chloe's album review. Please. All this Chloe album discourse is crazy. The album was good. Okay. Okay. When are we gonna detect Chloe's album? I don't know what you meant to say. I think you meant dissect. So here's the thing. I obviously have listened to Chloe's album. Come on, let's be honest and let's be real. I definitely have listened to Chloe's album. And so I thought about, if you guys noticed, I don't know if you guys responded to the poll, but I put a poll on the community tab of the YouTube page. And I was like, hey guys, what do you want me to talk about more? Do you want me to talk about Chloe's album or Love is Blind? Because I started watching Love is Blind and bitch, that show is good, honey. That show is good. I enjoy it immensely. But a majority, there was over, I think, 1,500 votes, and a majority of the people did say that we should be talking about Chloe's album today. Now, here's the thing. You guys know me, and y'all know I like to give a critical analysis. I like to go deep. I don't just talk, I don't I'm not a surface level YouTuber. I'm not a girl that gets up here and gives opinions willy-nilly. I try to give critique. And good critique, bad critique, honest critique, whether you agree or disagree with it, right? I give I give what I give. I give what I give. And the children do with it what they may, what they will, what they may, all the things. Now, I personally feel like I feel like y'all finna throw tomatoes. Y'all finna throw tomatoes, but it's okay. I can handle it. I personally feel like my opinions on the album are way too wavering for me to do an in-depth analysis on this album. Like Chloe is a treasure to our generation. I don't know what generation you are, but I know to the Gen Zers, the Millennials, and the Millennial. I really want to do this video justice, especially because we're doing a lot of conversation around her. And I was trying to think, should I do an intervention? Should I just do a traditional analysis? I don't know. But I do know that 2 days, 48 hours is not enough to do an honest deep dive. Can we be real about that? Can we agree on that? 2 days, 48 hours is not enough girl, all I'll be saying is I like this, I don't like that. Come on, let's be real. Let's be real. I feel like Chloe is an artist that deserves me to really sit with the project. Because if I give my opinions now, I'm gonna hurt somebody's feelings. I'm gonna hurt somebody's feelings. Now, I have a mask on. Girl, this is what I do. This is what I give. I'll be periodically spraying the mask because it's a detox because it's a detoxifying mask and a hydrating mask all in one. So I have to do both here. Don't fight me. Don't fight me. Fight your mama. I love your videos. Thank you, Herpy, for the content. Oh, I love you too. Chloe has never been an artist to do major numbers. Why do people expect 100K in the first week? I think we're really disingenuous as a generation, and I'm not going to get too much into Chloe, but what I will say is we're really disingenuous. And a lot of us are ill-informed, right? I think because we consume so much and we see people who sit at atop the hierarchy of artists doing 200, 300, 500,000 in 1 week, right? And we're like, oh, girl, if you're not breaking records, you're not that girl. And it's like, no, some people release bodies of work. I actually have a video that I'm working on right now about Victoria Monet, Coco Jones, Girl Flow, and a lot of people who are not getting all their things. Anyway, before I really get into all of that, I will say that this video is not giving that. I'm just going to be very honest with you. This video is actually going to be, because like I said, I want that video to be comparable to my Beyonce Renaissance analysis video of that album. I want it to be comparable to my SZA SOS analysis album. Those are videos that I'm proud of, right? And I don't want to just satiate the children who want something right now and immediate, and then 2 months from now, I'm not standing on them same opinions. It don't give that. It don't give that. I like to be proud of my work, and I want y'all to really feel like, okay, mother, girl, my sister, my brother, my sibling provided all of the things. She really thought about all of the things. So, what I do want to say is I want to talk about Love is Blind. Can we key? I thought we were just here to key. I'd like to talk about Love is Blind. And if you don't know the show, if you don't watch the show, trust me, I have great storytelling abilities. I'll get you in. I'll pull you in, honey. But before we get into Love is Blind, do you guys, just sticking with the same genre of love stories, and like I said, I don't know how messy I'm going to get, so this may be taken down from YouTube and placed exclusively on the Patreon, so shout out to the children who are watching this shout out to my sisters and my homegirls who are watching this right now. I love y'all deeply. They want her to be the next Beyonce, and she's Chloe. The thing about Chloe is that even Beyonce had to figure out who Beyonce was. Let her learn. It's the instant gratification of our generation. Me saying I'm supposed to be talking about Love is Blind, girl. It's the instant gratification of our generation. We want people to be perfect now. I want you to be the best performer now. And there's performances of Beyonce in her DC3, DC4 era where Beyonce wasn't giving all of the things, right? A lot of these things are practice, and the microscope the children are held under to now is not the same microscope that Beyonce was held under, right? That's just the reality of it. And so I don't know. Is it better than the last season? I kind of checked out after season 2. Baby, this season should not have been called Love is Blind. It should have been called Love is Messy. Love is messy as fuck. If you haven't seen it yet, then you're probably like me. I haven't seen it either. I saw a lot of people talking about it online where they were saying things like, oh, you should really get into it. I've seen people talking about it since season 1 when there was a bisexual black man who came out to the woman that he allegedly fell in love with, and she wasn't really jacking it like that. So I don't know. Excuse me. But yes. Before we get into Love is Blind, do you guys watch? Oh my God, I forgot to turn off my mother trucking my thing, so this live may be interrupted. I hope not. I pray not. Nobody call me. Nobody call me. But anyway, I don't know if you guys watch, because sticking within the genre of love, I don't know if you guys watch Love After Lockup, Monique and Derek, Monique Robinson. Okay, just really quick, because this gagged me this morning when I was watching this driving to work. Monique Robinson is like this plus-size black woman who's stuck beside this light-skinned black man with dreads, right? And there's a viral clip of them going around on the internet and on Twitter specifically, where they're out to eat on Love After Lockup, and he's like, babe, you gonna get this bill? And she was like, well, I guess I have to. And he was like, thank you, babe. Girl. Girl. But so he was arrested and she bailed him out. And I love that for her. Girl, go get your man. Go get your man, girl. Go get your man. So she went to go get him out. She bailed him out. And she was like, that's my man. Why would I leave my man in jail? What got me was the audacity of that man to lead into the camera and say, you know, if Monique was in jail, I'd bail her out too. Now, Derek. I call bullshit. Derek, I call bullshit because with what money, Derek? With what money, Derek? And even if you did scrounge up the little $1,500 allegedly to go ahead and bail Monique out, girl, you bailing Monique out because you need Monique's money to pump gas in Monique's car to get to work. Girl, who's gonna pay for your 4x4s, Derek? Derek, who's gonna sew those holes up in your shitty ass drawers, Derek? Derek, who's gonna buy the condoms for you to cheat on Monique with, Derek? Derek, you are sitting in the unemployment line. How you was gonna bail Monique out? I'm tired of that fake love. I'm tired of the lies. Derek, we see you. We see you, Derek. That just got under my skin. You don't even have a car. You need Monique to pump gas in Monique's car to get you where you gotta go. I would have bailed Monique out. Girl, you would have robbed everyone from heaven to earth to get the $1,500 to get Monique out because she is your lifeline. Let me stop before Derek go back to jail fucking with me. Fucking with me. What y'all talking about? Right, no, he a damn lie. Yes, 4x4s. He might be able to get him a little biggie bag, but not without Monique. And not yes, my type of reality show. Girl, I gagged when I saw that this morning. Now, like I said, I was introduced to Love is Blind from the YouTube streets. Now, if you haven't watched it, please don't give up on me now. I found out about Love is Blind from the YouTube streets and from the Twitter streets, right? And specifically this season because there was a viral clip of a man, my complexion. Stay with it. You see me? I'm about as black as this robe, but blacker. There is a man on Twitter. His name is Kwame. So that just lets you know the depth of his blackness. The depth. Brother is black. And there was a viral clip I saw of him on Twitter where he was tucking his invisible hair behind his ear. I said, oh, now that's a show for me. Hold on. What are their pronouns? That's a show for me. And he was doing that in the face of a white woman while he was flirting with a white woman. I need to do further investigation. Immediately, yes. And see, actually, there was a lot of discourse around the first season where the first season had a bisexual man, and he was a bisexual black man, and we exist on the same corner of the internet, obviously. And so conversations around sexuality, blackness, I'm into those things. But that wasn't enough to draw me into the show. I was like, okay, cute. He's bisexual, he's black, he's on the show. Okay. But it wasn't enough to draw me in. What drew me in was the hair tuck. Oh my God. Sorry, excuse me. Those are $14,000. Excuse me. Let me put that back in. They rose gold. Two-tone rose gold. Two-tone rose gold. Why is it two different colors, you ask? Why is the back pink and the front gold? It's two-tone rose gold. Huh? You said beauty shop? These are a tour of Italy. But yeah, it was the hair tuck that did it for me. Now, the way I want to talk about this today, before YouTube start acting up, is I want to talk about the psychology behind Love is Blind. I think that's really cute, really cool, really interesting to me, because as I'm watching this, I'm like, oh, immediately, yes, I got to talk about this with my homegirls. But also, what's the psychology behind this shit, or are these people just on here to make a quick coin? Because, come on, be so fucking real. So I want to talk about that. I want to talk about the experiment and the experience that was in the pods and my thoughts with these people, because I'm like, I'm about to say something messy. Disclaimer, I'm about to say something messy. Not you tapping a drink. Girl, I had to give you a visual. What I want to say is, and y'all can tell me if this is problematic. It is. As I'm watching this, well, you know what? Let me not give this. I'm going to wait on that. I'm going to wait on that. Okay. So, yeah, after we get into the pods experiment, I'm going to talk about the meetups when they finally see each other face to face, because they're not allowed to see each other's face. That's the premise of the show, right? They're dating without seeing each other's face. And then the audacity of some of these people with the face that they have, With a face like that, I would have sat back, nursed my little fruit juice, and shut the fuck up. You real audacious, mama, looking like how you look, talking about the next person's aesthetic. But we're gonna get into that. And then we'll be talking about the messy part. Not that not being a mess. Then we'll get into the messy part. Excuse me while I push back my blind. My blind 26-inch girl doobie. Okay. Okay, let's start with the psychological perspective. There's a article that I read on what is this, CNBC, that took the perspective of a psychologist and a dating expert. And it's called "Would Netflix Love Is Blind Work in the Real World?" Here's what a dating expert and psychologist has to say. And so they say the idea, and this is just giving you a premise behind the show. The idea behind Love Is Blind is that it's a reality dating show that shows that had a breakthrough in the early days of the coronavirus pandemic. 30 singles meet and date while contained in pods that obscure their views of one another, hoping to find love unseen and walk down the aisle by the end of the season. And walk down the aisle. It says it, not me. And walk down the aisle by the end of the season. Hold on. I'll take a sip to that. The more interesting part for me is the part that's titled "How Humans Make Connections," because this is actually from a psychological perspective of a professor of social psychology at UK's Anglia Ruskin University. He actually researches body image and attraction. So he says much of the search, my tongue is getting thick because of this organic wine. So sometimes I'll start to trip up. He says much of the show's appeal comes from the somewhat romantic idea that you can find a soulmate through emotional connection alone. But as much as you want to believe that looks don't matter nearly as much as what's on the inside, human nature simply suggests otherwise. So he goes on to say there's a commonsensical notion that people who care about physical appearance are shallow. We're not. You just can't be looking like somebody straight out of the gutter, but shit stains in your drawers, socks that stand up and by the face, and think I'm finna fall in love. No. Right? We're not shallow. Or that they're invested in the wrong thing. But in reality, romantic relationships are based, partly at least, on the fact that both parties are physically attractive or physically attracted to one another, right? And then he goes on to say that doesn't mean it's impossible to find some type of romantic connection with another person before you've ever seen them. Tawami says that people can form close relationships with each other based on the slightest interactions or personality cues. You can make judgments about people based on the sound of their voice. That's what I was going to say. That was problematic. Whether or not you like the sound of that voice, their sense of humor, and things like that. But the initial, and this is the important part, and then we finna get to the things. The initial connection can easily be proven to be fleeting, because it was based on such a limited input. The question is it going to be a viable relationship for someone in the long term, if the initial connection and your initial judgment is based on a limited set of cues? It also goes on to say that a lot of the people in this show are usually conventionally attractive. I would beg to differ by this season. I haven't seen other seasons, but this season, I'm like, well, girl, conventional beauty standards never judged me. They've never dictated who I've dated, right? I like my niggas black. I like my niggas. Stay with it. Oh, thank you for acknowledging the vocals. Micah looked like Bucky from Fat Albert. Bitch, hold on, because we about to get in the mic up. Okay, so the pods experiment. Okay. Oh, I need another spritz. Just 1 second. Amen. Glory be to God. Ooh. So the pod experiment begins, and I'm watching the first couple episodes, and I'm like, okay. The show shows you the names, the ages, which makes sense. Because one thing about me, when I'm watching shows, I'm going to forget a bitch name. Like, I watched all 7 seasons of Game of Thrones, and I'm like, is this Cersei or Sansa? I keep forgetting. So I like to be reminded of names. That wasn't an issue for me, but it was the professions. It was literally Netflix reminding me she's a business owner. We don't know the business. She's a dental assistant. That's why she's ghetto. She's let me stop. 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 But I'm being honest. I'm being honest, guys. That was interesting to me because I feel like they're trying to get the audience to stratify people in social categories based upon, you know, where they're seated, and they're in our perception of their income. So let's start with the girls who really fucked up the season. I wish that I could add clip pics in this like I normally do my normal videos. But when I put this on Patreon, I'll add the pictures and clips. If I don't add it, girl, sue me. Girl, sue me. Fight me when you see me. So Micah, Kwame, and Chelsea. Yes, that is two white women and a black man, in case anyone in the room was confused. This love triangle, no, this love competition kept me engaged the entire season, and it's part of the reason why I'm like, I would never ever get into a physical altercation with a woman, but I would read Micah down, boots, caboodles, pow, pow, pow. Pow, pow, pow. So my initial thoughts to Micah when I'm first watching the season, okay, so just you guys, if you aren't watching, Micah is this blonde girl, kind of rectangular face, blue eyes. She has on false lashes that start here and end at you. Wherever you are seated in this world, the false lashes start here and end at you. If you're in Alaska, that's where they end. If you're in Texas, that's where they end. It just be getting me. It just the lashes, the dark black lashes with the blonde hair combo be getting me. But do you? Do you? Yeah, so Micah, my initial reaction or my initial perception of Micah is that she's young, she definitely comes from a well-off family, and that she is conventionally attractive. I personally, you know, she's okay to me. I gotta be honest, she's okay to me. But I do know that a woman that looks like that, with the straight guy friends that I have, black, white, and in between, they would live for a girl that looks like that. Skinny, white, blonde, blue eyes. It doesn't matter. That's enough. We know what conventional attraction is in the US. No matter whether or not it makes sense to me and you, they would smash. They would smash. Okay. Moving on to Chelsea. My first thought is a pediatric language speech pathologist. I've never heard of that. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that entails. I'm interested, right? And immediately she struck me as confident. In her first interview, she goes, "It's never hard to find a boyfriend." I'm like, ma'am, you're on a internationally syndicated streaming service, begging and pleading for a man to fall in love with you in 6 days. Hold up. I'm just doing the math. It's not adding up. It's not adding up, beloved. 1 plus 1 is equaling 11, beloved. 1 plus 1 is equaling 11, beloved. But she did strike me as confident, you know, and I'll be honest. She was open, honest, and for me, what was refreshing is she was very open about the insecurities around dating someone in an experiment where other girls are talking about how much they're attracted to that person. That's open and honest, and I love that. And I love that, right? Um, and it's relatable because it does mimic the real world in a sense. Like when I'm dating a man, I'm always expecting that he's dating several other men or women or non-binary people. I just think that that's what you're getting into. Whether or not that's what I'm getting into, I just know that that's what. But to sit next to these people, I ain't like it. My opinion very quickly changed when I saw the Micah Kwame Chelsea dynamic and that competition going on. So speaking of Kwame, Kwame, excuse me, Kwame. Kwame, the first thing that came to my mind is the voice to aesthetic dichotomy. It's not adding up. Again, 1 plus 1 is equaling 11. Stay with it. I'm like, this doesn't match up. Your voice gives me you're fine as fuck. But when I'm looking at the material, when I'm looking at the let me not do it. The McDonald's arch hairline, it was a lot for me to take in. And that's no shade because male pattern baldness runs in my family. So if I have to scalp a wig on, I will do that in the future. But it was a lot for me to take in. He did also establish very early on in his engagements with these women that, you know, I was an ex-soccer player overseas and that, you know, I'm the head of a software company. And he goes on to say that he feels like he has to compensate, right? Because when he was a kid or when he went to go pick up his prom date, he couldn't because he was black. And immediately I knew Immediately I knew. It was the voice. It was the way he enunciates. It was the way that he carries himself. And I always tell y'all this. I went to a PWI for high school and college. And so I encountered a lot of black people who grew up around predominantly white people. And they move different than black people who grew up around black people, particularly black people who grew around black people in the hood. They move different. They just do. And so immediately I knew this man either prefers to date exclusively white women or only dates exclusively white women. Like it's a matter of preference or this is all I do. Right. And that was further clarified later in the show, but we'll get into that a little bit later. So my initial feelings were he all right for real. He all right for real. You know, shout out to him. And then don't get me confused. I love biracial love. Y'all do y'all. Paul gave me Yes Queen, Give Me Nothing. Yes, Queen, Give Me Nothing. He's a scientist. His most interesting attribute is his rope in or his investment in the Micah, Kwame, Chelsea love dynamic. Moving on. Now, Jackie. Jackie was fun. Jackie is a racially ambiguous girl. I can't tell if she's Latinx, black and white. She got a lot going on. I don't know what she is, right? But what I do know is she's a little bit hood. A little bit hood, a little bit ghetto. She can be very that, right? And for the girls in the back, hood and ghetto is not a pejorative. And y'all should know that because I'm a little bit hood. I'm a little bit ghetto. I would like to describe myself as medium ghetto, but anyway. Above all, I would say at this moment when I'm first watching it, I'm like, she's very real, she's very forthcoming, and I appreciate that. We can't take that away from her. My opinions shift when she chooses Marshall to be, or Marshall chooses her, or she makes it clear that she wants Marshall. Because Marshall is so sweet. Marshall is this light skin or brown skin. I don't know. Black people are weird, so y'all decide. He's this light skinned man who's so sweet, so kind, so genuine, and you can tell he really came there looking for love. He has a heart that's heavy, a heart that's real, and it seems like a lot of people have turned him down, and so he said, you know what? Why not go on this? If it doesn't work with you, because I know this is in the back of everybody's mind. If it doesn't work with you, I've put myself on a platform where everybody can see me and they can see what I have to offer. They can see the way that I love. They can see what I have to give the children, okay, or a potential spouse. And so if it's not you, it'll be the next bitch or the next nigga. Right? And so I think he's an incredible man. I really liked him. I really, really liked him. Brett, immediately, yes. Brett, immediately, yes! I have nothing to say because that's somebody else's fiance, but yeah. Amen. Glory be to God. That man is too fine. And actually, he wasn't that fine initially in the pods. When he came out the pods, but you see, fluorescent light don't do anything kind for black people. I got fluorescent on light right now. It ain't doing me no favors. Okay? It ain't doing me no favors. Let's move on to Tiffany, the love of his life. She was probably the most honest, nice, and vulnerable person. Loved her bad. I want to speed through this. Zach, weird as fuck. Immediately weird. Immediately weird. Love me some Brett. See, we see each other. Was he giving Oreo? See, I don't like to use Oreo because that's a pejorative that was thrown at me as a kid. I don't like to use that word, but he was, I think there's a difference between Oreo is usually lobbed at people who are, well-spoken black people, and honestly, black people who have been socialized around white people. So I would take the pejorative sense out of it and just say yes. I don't mind you being an Oreo. I don't even mind you having a preference for white women. You know what? Let me leave it alone because I don't want to get problematic. The night is still young. The night is still fucking young. Zach was immediately weird. But his weirdness wasn't creeping me out yet. He was just strange to me at this point, right? And him and Bliss, you telling people the first day you meet him that you're a stripper, weird behavior, but it was just strange, right? Bliss met his weirdness, and I thought that was cute. Bliss is sweet, kind, honest. Irina? Yeah, honest, fun, typical white girl aesthetic. She starts off comical and very vulnerable, so when she switched up, I wasn't fucking with her. Now, what I will say about Irina, I can't stand her. That's why I'm sitting. Because I can't stand the bitch. Let me not use bitch, but bitch, yeah. You get what I'm saying. Can't stand her. I feel like she's a very nasty person, and we'll get into that later. That's all I want to talk about the people. Now, let's move on. Oh, bitch, the crying? In the pods, while you're revealing yourself to people that you haven't known for more than 96 hours, you're crying because they're not into you. I would never on God's green earth get up on internationally syndicated television on Beyonce's internet and cry over somebody I have not seen and have not known for more than 2 weeks. What is going? I can't even scratch up my face for real because the face mask get tight. But what is going on with these people? Girl, anyway, we're gonna move on to the meetup and then we'll get into the mess. So the sweetest and the lightest of it all is when Brett and Tiffany met. I love Brett. I love Tiffany. I love their love. It's black love all the way through. It's I love them. They're so cute. And I was hoping that he thought she was beautiful. My biggest like concern was like, is Brett going to like black women? Is Brett going to like black women? I was so nervous because I'm like, Tiffany can, let's talk about this. Do y'all think that race has a sound? Let's be honest. Comment, please. Please comment. If somebody was talking, if you were in this experiment and somebody was on the other end, or let's say I'm talking, could you tell my race by the way that I'm talking? Would you know immediately, oh, that's a black gay man. That's a black gay person. That's a black girl. Would you know that I'm black? Yes. Right. Immediately. Okay, so outside of me, do you think that you can hear race through the other end of the screen? Now, biracial people, it gets tricky. Yeah, another yes. That's why code switching is a thing. Absolutely. But see, even when black people do the code switching thing, I'm like, oh, this sounds like a black person code switching. Yeah, it definitely has a pitch, right? Most of the time, yeah, right. I could tell, right? But see, the biracial people get tricky for me, cause I'm like, what you give it? Many times, yes. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's a definite yes all the time, but I would definitely say that as I'm listening, bitch, I can not only hear race, I can sometimes hear weight. And I'm not saying that to be problematic. Sometimes, I can hear. Sometimes, bitch, I can even hear hue. Bitch, I can hear light skin, dark skin. What you giving? Bitch, I spy with my little eye. That's just me though. That's just me. And maybe I'm wrong. Micah and Paul meet up, and I wasn't really jacking it for real. I didn't think it was, I feel like they both felt relief that they were conventionally attractive, but I didn't feel like they were actually in love. I didn't feel any sort of chemistry. And if it wasn't romantic. It wasn't romantic. Marshall and Jackie meet up, and this was awkward for me because Marshall said, and I quote, "I've never been so certain about something in my life." Right? To go to that extent, he's so genuine, so sweet, so in love. And for Jackie's ghetto ass to come around the corner, who I really feel like Jackie needs a roughneck hood nigga for real, and that's what she's used to. And they go on to argue about that later. Jackie, I felt like Jackie was settling for him. She said many times in the real world when they actually chose each other, she was like, I feel like, oh, hold on now. I'm recording. Thank you, Books. She said many times in the real world, you're what I need. Oh, and you're what I want too. Bitch, just say that you ain't really want the nigga. Just say that. Because we can smell it on you. Mwah. Now. Yeah, but my thing is he was about to cry. He was so cute. He was about to cry. Let me adjust my bun. Should I put it in a bun? Should I put it in a bun? Oh, like, why let's keep it a bug. Big boobs in a bun stay plum. Oh my God, it's giving Nefertiti. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Bitch, if y'all don't comment, bitch, you look like a Nigerian princess, I won't know what to do. I won't know what to do. Oh my God. Yes. Immediately, yes. Immediately. What's going on with my audio? Thank you. I had a little bit of chill music playing for me in the background, and I wanted it to play. Now, let's get back to what I was talking about. Yeah, I just feel like Jackie is not a good fit for him. Not an awful person, but not a good fit for him. This new look is crazy. I'm giving business. If I rolled up my business. Okay, so Kwame and Chelsea meet up for the first time, and it gave me blacked. It gave me blacked. It did. It gave me blacked. Like blacked. You know what blacked is? You ever been on Pornhub? Literally. White on black. Okay, anyway, whatever. Their meetup it gave me a lot of anxiety because I'm like, Kwame don't give. Kwame is not attractive to me. I'm sorry. And I'm into dark skinned men. I love people who have very Afrocentric features. I like big noses, big lips, strong jaw lines. I like a black ass nigga. Kwame just don't give it to me. It's something about the McDonald's arch hairline meets the I was never able to love white women in the way that I really wanted to, mixed with the overcompensation. Everything about him feels performative. That's my issue with Kwame. Everything about him feels like he's prepping to be on this show. He's advertising himself on this show. I don't like that. I don't like that. Because another thing that this psychological article that I read, I didn't read the whole thing, but another thing that's in there is that in order for an experiment like this to work, it has to work if both parties are actually invested in finding a real partner. Like basically putting both feet in. Kwame gave me very much, I'm here to put on a show. Yeah, I want to be here for the full season, get my full check, very that. He's not the only one. Irina gave me that as well. Irina, when she met Zach, and she's like, "Oh my God, Zach! Oh my God, Zach!" And she's in her interview like, "He doesn't look anything like I thought he would." I'm like, bitch. And you know why I don't like her? Because while they were in the pods, I didn't say this. While they were in the pods, very messy. Girls are crying, which I don't think they should be crying, but girls are crying about, losing a man, or specifically Bliss is crying about losing Bliss, which I do think Bliss is a good fit for Zach, whatever. And she's like, oh my God, like, she's just laughing about the whole thing and not taking it seriously, which is like, whatever, it's TV. But Bliss, it seems to be actually taking it seriously. And I feel like that's some bully shit. I don't like that. I do not like a bully. Ew, you're gross to me. And you have a crater face. If my face was giving what your face was giving, and not that beauty is everything, but bitch, humble yourself. Sit back, nurse your little fruit juice, and keep it the fuck cute. Because you have 18 layers of makeup on trying to conceal all of the things. Girl, you have color corrector, powder, foundation, translucent powder, foundation powder, butter, grease, pork grease. Girl, you have a baby powder, Clorox bleach. You got everything on your face to disguise who you really are. And that's why when y'all got in the real world, hold on, because when I read this bitch, I don't want no interruptions. Thank you. That's why when y'all got in the real world, Zach had a Freudian slip when he was holding his own camera, and he didn't know that this shit was gonna make the cut. When he said, I told her honestly, but you was going to sleep with a full beat on. We've all done it. We've all done it. But you was going to sleep with a full face of makeup on, and he said the next morning, I actually like you more with makeup. I mean, without makeup. No, he was dead ass. He was dead ass, bitch. Get that bentonite clay, get that baby powder, get that foot rub, that athlete's foot powder. Put that shit on your face, bitch, because you ain't giving for real. You not giving away you thought you, bitch, you're not fab like that to be doing all of that. Okay? You ain't fab like that to be doing all of that. You're not. I gotta be honest. Hold on. Oh my God, now my ancestors fucking me up. Not my ancestors like, girl, keep it the fuck cute, girl. Ooh, hold on. Technical difficulties. Girl, production, where's my hairstylist? You're not fab like that to be doing all of that. Okay? And I wouldn't even have to, I don't even want to, they don't even give it lay you out. It don't even give it lay you out for real. I'm trying to be nice. But girl, you see you. She's like, Zach looks so weird. Like, now what I will say is Zach is fucking creepy as fuck. Like, blink, nigga. Blink, motherfucker. He is weird. No shade. Anyway, let's move on to the mess. I hate me, man. Okay, so the first mess, we're gonna start with Brett and Tiffany because they don't really have much mess. What I will say is there was a couple of things that cringed for me. When they first arrived into the real world, they went to Mexico. They all go to Mexico to see if their physical connection is as real as their emotional connection. And so they go to Mexico to test all that out, right? Woo, 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 we love that. And some of these moments, I'm like, bitch, I want to see the videos. I want to see the girl. I want to see the footage behind. I want to be a fly on the wall. Okay, but we're gonna leave that there. So Brett and Tiffany don't really have much issue for me, but what I did find particularly interesting is when Brett has more luggage than Tiffany, she's like, oh, Brett, you have more luggage than me. Or when she goes to visit him at his home and she's like, you're so fancy, bougie Brett. And it's like, I don't know if she's honestly joking or if she's not ready to date a metrosexual as a low maintenance woman, because she gives me, she don't have a lot going on. Let me tell you something. Any black woman who's going to hop in the pool with no hair protectant, you got to be low maintenance. You must be. You must. Because I do not identify as a black woman, but you are not going to catch me in the pool with no hair protectant. So for you to tiptoe your beautiful ass in that damn pool and to go, whoo, and just let that bleach and chlorine sit in your scalp with no hair protectant, you give me low maintenance. And he is a metrosexual. I don't know if she's ready to date a metrosexual. That was my first concern. And also the concern about how she navigated the finances conversation. She's like, Brad, like, what's the most you ever spent? That's none of your damn business. That's none of your damn business. That's none of your business. Now you are about to get married. So the conversation should be had about, okay, so what does it look like to create a joint account for bills? Right? That's a conversation worth having. Right? But it don't give how do you spend your money? Right? Or what's the most you've ever spent on something that means something to you? No. If we're gonna live somewhere and all of our joint expenses cost $5,000 a month, is that something that's feasible for you? Perfect. I don't give a fuck if you buy a Maserati 2026 tomorrow. Right? Because as long as at the end of the month you have that 2,500 to meet my 2,500, we Gucci. And if you're not in the same financial status, right, and he's willing to put 3,000 to your 2, that's fine. Those are the conversations. Conversations about joining, not necessarily how do you spend your money. Bitch, don't police my account. Not bitch at her, but bitch at bitch. You know, bitch at bitch. Just like a bitch. Just like an unambiguous bitch. This is going to be demonetized. Oh! Sorry. This is going to be demonetized. I already know it. It don't even make no sense to leave it up. Let me see what y'all talking about in the comments. Let me see what y'all talking about. Let me see what not ASMR. I'm choking. Not black. Ooh, I can't say blacked again. I just said it. I'm literally gagged at his. No, his hairline is giving a lot of things. Irina irks me like to a place where it's not even like. I would never, ever, 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 ever actually fight a woman. I fought my sister when I was like 11. But I would never in my adult life actually fight a woman. Also, Irina is literally in Seattle. What am I talking about? But she make me want to like proverbially fight her through the TV, right? Irina is a fool. The wine is definitely whining, honey. Let me tell you, if y'all don't drink organic wine, get on the things. Organic wine will get you together. And I think it's something about global warming. Someone told me this in the winery that I went to. Not a winery. I never been to a winery. The wine shop that I go to. They said that because of global warming, like wine that used to be at 12% is inching its way up percentages. Like the wine that was once 12 is now 14. Something about the heat is intensifying. Bitch, get you an organic wine. The one positive about global warming. Girl, the wine is taking me there. Girl, the wine is whining. Give her grace, child. I do have to give her grace. You know, grace is not actually my first offset. Like for me, I think I'm always like, what is it about me? Like, is it because I grew up in the hood? Is it because I had a bunch of siblings and I always felt like, is it because I was a middle child? But grace is not my first response. My first response is when I don't like something. I'm like, bitch, I don't like that. And then I have to sit with that thing. And then be like, okay, girl, get a girl grace, whatever. Yep, the foot powder. That's what it gave me. That's a red flag for me. It's a red flag for me too. Are you talking about Tiffany? That's a red flag for me as well. I don't fight either, especially white girls. But mink, mink, mink. But mink, mink, mink. Yeah. Yeah. It never give girl fight white fish. I don't fight any women, period. But definitely not white fish. Girl, I love my life. Also, I just feel like I don't feel like all men are stronger than all women because there's some women who could literally beat the bricks off of me. Please, hands up. Hands up, please. Hands up. Because I know you finna fuck me up. I never forget I'm not even going to attention. I never forget I was in 7th grade. This bitch, Tiana, I was talking a lot of shit. Tiana, I may have been like 5'4" at the time. Maybe like 102 pounds. Tiana was probably like 5'8". About 175 pounds. Tiana got up with a ponytail. You know the girls who got a ponytail so high it's almost like not in the middle of their head, but like towards the front with a rubber band. So you know they don't give a fuck about breaking their edges. Breaking their hair. No edges in the front. It's just the dark edge control. So it's no edges, just black edge control. Or maybe it was Eco Styler Gel at the time. Bitch, all I remember is Miss Pauline said, Tiana, sit down. Bitch. Tiana slapped the living daylights out of me. Tiana slapped me so hard. That was the first time I ever saw stars in my life. That was the first time I've ever seen stars. Like, bet you'll see. Tiana, and I got up like, In that moment, I'm like, please, somebody get Tiana. So by the time I get up, y'all could break up the fight. Break it up. Please break it up. Please break it up. Because Tiana about to fuck me up. Okay? Tiana will fuck me up. And by the time I got up from, seeing stars, the teacher was like, Herbie, sit down. Don't you do anything. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna let this one slide. I'm gonna let this one slide. I had to let that one slide. Bitch, girl, it was but for the grace of God. I said, please, 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 please. I'm begging somebody break this fight up. Because Tiana is going to kill me today. Girl, I saw the kids I never had in that moment. Girl, I was at my mom's funeral, girl, in 2098. Girl, I saw things I never thought I'd see when she slapped the shit out of me. I actually might have pissed a little bit. I might have peed just a little bit. Anyway, I don't know why I brought that up. Let's move on. Okay, Kwame, Chelsea, and Micah. So, Kwame, Chelsea, and Micah give me too much. They give me too much to deal with. It's a lot. Like, please, I'm begging, back up. Back up. Hold on, my face is hardening. Amen, amen, and amen again. Ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Bougie Herb. Bougie Bride. Okay. Kwame, Micah, and Chelsea give me too much to work with. I just literally cannot, okay? And I can't. So when they get into the real world, obviously we know Kwame and Chelsea are feeling each other. Kwame says, and I quote, well, I don't know if this is a direct quote, but he says that Chelsea has everything that he wants internally and externally. She's the perfect match for him. I believe it. I believe it. Externally, not internally. Internally, Chelsea... First of all, my first red flag was when Chelsea pulled out that 25-year-old blankie. And she was like, I sleep with this every night. Baby. Run. It gave me very much, oh, girl, you better pack your bags right now because that bitch does spells. She's going to take your drawers, take a used condom, pour a little bit of her period blood. Girl, take some chicken bones. Girl, take some General Tosal and some teriyaki sauce. Put them all together in a pot and cast a love spell. And then call that shit chicken soup. Run! Run, Kwame. But Kwame was into it. Kwame said that he could stay with, the blankie could sleep with them. I said, okay. Girl, the cookie got powers. But what really got me about their whole situation, the love triangle, was the hair tucks. Oh my God. Not my rose gold $14,000 earring. Ooh. It's rose gold. It's two-tone rose gold. The front is gold and the back is rose gold. Two-tone. $14,000. Two-tone rose gold. So the hair tuck scene is when Kwame and Micah, the girl who he didn't choose, who's also blonde and like okay for real. What's weird to me is how her face slides right into her neck. It's just like there's no break between the end of her face and her neck. It just kind of slides. Ow! Not me reading, my ancestors is fucking me up. It just kind of slides right into her neck. Okay, neck. So she makes a joke about Kwame's proposal and how she denied his proposal. Kwame wasn't feeling it for fake. He walks off like, really? Wow, that wasn't funny. Within 20 seconds, he's tucking his invisible hair back and saying, first of all, Micah is sitting like, it was always you, Kwame. Like, I really did have a connection with you and I'm always going to be here. I just want you to know that I'm always going to be here. And I'm like, bitch, back up. Back the fuck up. It don't give I'm always gonna be here. It don't give I always had a connection with you. First of all, you intentionally chose the white man because you did. I just feel like me and Paul have so much more in common. Like, you don't. You literally don't. Paul said that he normally dates witchy vibe girls, dark hair, people who wear thrifty clothes, girls who shop exclusively at the thrift store and Urban, and maybe Anthropologie. You're not her. You don't give that, honey. You shop at Garage. You know, you go on trips to Italy just from Friday to Sunday. That's what you give. Boat rides from here to girl to somebody named some Cabo and back just for the fuck's sake of it. It never gave me y'all were compatible. Micah's not compatible with anybody. Micah and Irina specifically. Irina's nasty ass. Were there just to promote their businesses. And also, y'all can promote her as a business owner. What business does she own? What business does she own? I want to know that. Does she have 65,000 followers and so she posts her pictures of herself in a bikini and calls herself an entrepreneur? What business does she own? Is she selling socks out of her grandma's van, girl, on 32nd Street? What is she doing? Does she work at a coffee shop? What's the real tea? Irina, please. My parents came here from Russia with nothing. And I had to, girl, what's the tea? Whatever. So Irina, why don't I like Irina? Irina she was not feeling Jay or Zach from the beginning. Not me going through all these white names. She wasn't feeling Zach from the beginning. She gets there, she starts flirting with Micah, her best friend, which I'm not sure if it's her actual best friend or just her best friend for the show. But she starts flirting with Paul. Girl does not give Zach any time of the day. It's a lot going on. She's very like passive aggressive, and I never liked her. Like I said in the pod, she was giving me a lot. It was just too much for me. Oh, also Chelsea. I'm all over the place now because there's a lot going on. I want to end this live soon. Chelsea gave me a lot specifically because I felt like Chelsea wants to be in a relationship so bad. She wants to be in love so bad and have a traditional monogamous relationship so bad that she's willing to overlook who Kwame actually is. It doesn't matter who her husband is or will be. She just wants someone who's invested. And because Kwame has performed investment, right? She wants to hold him to the standard of actual investment. Bitch, it don't give that. It don't give that, baby. It's not giving that. You understand what I'm saying? Like when Kwame is flirting with Micah, he's known you for 2 weeks. He's known Micah for 2 weeks. Y'all just, and also she was all too willy-nilly and ready to let the whole world know that she just got bust down. And I'm saying that as someone who I just wouldn't be so willy-nilly letting the whole world know like it was such a serious thing. Like he bust me, I busted him. No. Some things remain sacred. It could give, yes, our physical connection was strong, right? Zach still scares me though, even though I kind of feel bad for him because Irina's a bitch. Zach scares me. I do think that Bliss is an okay match for him, but as a biracial black woman, I just want her to run. And when he proposed to her, I was like, girl, why did you immediately say yes? What's going on in your life? You're a beautiful girl. Why are you even on the show? What's the tea? Like, why are some of y'all here for real? If it's not for clout. I'm genuinely confused. What y'all talking about? Let me see what y'all getting into. Yes, hydrate, boo. Had to. Now I felt Chelsea had a blanket from my child. Oh, you had a blanket from your childhood as well? Is it rattered and tattered as well? Is it rattered and tattered as well? Because that has been through a lot. I don't know. Something about it gives me, I just feel like it's witchy. Not witchy. That's extreme. She particularly gives me witchy because of her. She's overbearing. She's over familiar. She's so deep in love, and it almost feels like she's not really grasping that she's only known this man for a couple of weeks. And she's performing as if they're actually in a 5-year-long relationship where they just finally proposed and things. And his ex from, 6 years ago is back in town. It's not given that, right? And so her investment is so deep and her reactions and her responses are so intense. And then having the childhood blankie that is rather than tattered that she sleeps with every single night. Something about the amalgamation of all those things gives me, I am going to chop up your underwear. I am going to take a used condom, period blood, girl, soy sauce and teriyaki sauce with old chicken bones, boil them all together, feed them to you as chicken soup, and that will be a love potion. That's what it gives me. I don't know what it gives you. So obviously Irina and Zach aren't working. They start reading each other, basically saying, I knew from the first moment I saw you. I knew from the first day. I knew from the moment you took your makeup off that we weren't going to work. Girl, I knew it never was going to work. You know what makes me most sad is Marshall and Jackie. Oh, excuse me. Marshall and Jackie make me so most sad because Marshall is genuine, and I always knew that Jackie knew that she wasn't going to be compatible with Marshall. So when she was doing all these mood swings and up, down, left, and right, I knew they were not compatible, and I was sad about it because. Hold on, what are you saying? I kind of want to see what you're saying. Oh my God! Thank you for literally explaining what is happening in my life right now. Wow, the universe. I'm cracking up. You are funny. Do you think the show is super staged or everyone is truly invested? Everyone is not truly invested. I think the people who are most invested in this show is very clear. It's two people. It's very fucking clear to me. It is Tiffany. Tiffany is so invested. It's deep. It's real. You can feel it radiating through your phone, through whatever screen you're watching it on. And Marshall. Marshall is probably the most invested person on this show. Marshall came here to find a wife and to leave with a wife and continue to do life no matter what she gives, where she works, what she does. Marshall came here for that. Okay? I think Brett is invested for sure. Something about Brett gives me I'm worried. And I think Tiffany is feeling the same thing that I'm feeling because she keeps asking, like, are you sure nothing about this makes you nervous? We're getting married in 2 weeks. Nothing about this makes you nervous? Like, we're embarking on something real, something forever. Ooh. Gotta turn that off. Are you not nervous by that? Nothing about that makes you nervous? And he's like, no, nothing makes me nervous. We're fine. And I'm like, I don't know how I feel about that. I do think that he's invested in Tiffany. I think he likes her. But it makes me weirded out. I can't wait to see the finale. Anyway, Marshall and Jackie, I'm gonna end with this. Marshall and Jackie make me the most sad because I think the most honest moments between those two is when Jackie says, I need you to be a real man. I need you to man up. Be more aggressive with me in the bedroom. You want that hood nigga kind of love, and he's not gonna give you that. And he said explicitly, I'm never gonna be that. And when he said to her, I thought you were a project and I saw the potential in you. That was honest. A lot of people are fighting for potential on this show. The potential of who you are. Because you didn't know these people. You didn't know them. And so I think Marshall needs to respectfully bow out. Obviously, Jackie is going to end up choosing that other boy. I forget his name right now, but she's going to choose him. And that's all I want to say on that. In the next video that we'll be talking about, because this video will not be staying up long. I may leave this on a regular page for 24 hours, but it's going to go on a Patreon. I love y'all bad, but I got to get out of here. I got to wipe this shit on my face. I can literally, I cannot feel my face. I literally cannot feel my face. So like I said, maybe in 20 minutes or maybe in 24 hours, this will be on the Patreon and it will no longer live here. Shout out to all the people who pulled up and commented. I love y'all too bad. Y'all some real ass motherfuckers. I love you. I do have to go, but if you want to see a finale version of this video, either comment here or comment on the Patreon if you're a member on the Patreon. And what else? What else? Oh, the Chloe video. It'll either be coming. I want to either aim for. I think the latest you'll get this video is Sunday of next week. I really, really want time to re-listen, to see how I'm going to structure this video in a way that really makes sense. The earliest would be Wednesday. The latest would be Sunday. So just keep those notifications on and you'll know first, Boogie Bat. I love y'all for pulling up. Y'all really my homegirls, homeboys, and homies. But I'll never leave you without saying this. I am in a constant state of practice. You can never fail when you're in a constant state of practice. Bye. How do I end this? I don't even think my thing is covered all the way up. Can I do this? Oh no, that's just turning my volume up and down. Oh wow. Ending alive is crazy. Oh my God, I love you too, Hillary. All right, let me hold my wig. And let me come turn it. Ooh.